Welcome to Synagogues of England, Part 12. This is our second episode looking at the Jewish houses of worship in the Greater Manchester area. Shown here is the Holy Law South Broughton congregation. It is a modern Orthodox shul in the North Manchester area. Rabbi Yosef Chazan or Chazan has been its spiritual leader since 1991. The origins of this congregation are from 1865. It was originally called Chevra Torah. In 1901, the congregation merged with the Beth Aaron Shul, which had been established in 1898, just a couple years earlier, and it was now called the Holy Law and Beth Aaron Synagogue. But because it was primarily financed by a member of the Beth Aaron congregation whose name was Samuel Aaron Claff, the shul was more informally known as the Claff Shul. The congregation subsequently merged with the Sedgley Park Synagogue, and the building shown here was constructed in 1933. The final merger occurred in 1978 with the Old South Broughton Synagogue, and the congregation was subsequently renamed Holy Law South Broughton Congregation. Our next stop is Lubavitch of South Manchester. This overhead shot is the closest that we can come to its building. Its executive director is Rabbi David Jaffe. Unfortunately, they don't provide any detailed information about this particular branch. So our next stop takes us to Congregation Machzikei Hadas. This is a Hasidic shul, and it's been advertised as the busiest one in Manchester. There is both a men's mikveh and a kelim mikveh. And they have a kollel, or an adult education institute, on its extended premises. Its rabbi is Mendel Schneebaug. Until the early 1960s, this congregation was called Yesodei HaTorah, or Foundation of the Torah. The congregation was formed in 1925. We believe that Rabbi Schneebaug is also involved in the Badatz level of kashrus in England. Here's a closer look of its front facade. And here's a kitchen pantry area inside the building that is of interest. The sign on the wall informs visitors that they may only use the milk for mixing in tea or coffee, but may not drink it straight. Hopefully somebody viewing this may be able to explain that rule. We've moved over to the Manchester Great New and Central Synagogue. In the previous episode, Part 11, Manchester A, we explained how it came about to that name, reflecting the various synagogue mergers that took place. In 1944, Reverend Gabriel Brody took the position on the pulpit. To this day, he has a very loyal following of those who have adapted to his prayer ritual practices. There are synagogues in Israel that advertise as such. Here is the Manchester Reform Synagogue. Its senior rabbi is Dr. Reuven Silverman. He has been involved with the congregation for 40 years. The associate rabbi is Robin Ashworth Steen. Saturday morning Shabbat services are held at the synagogue building. Friday evening services are mostly held in homes of members, although the second Friday of the month it is held at the synagogue. This congregation goes all the way back to 1857. It was the result of a breakaway from the Orthodox congregation at that time. The synagogue building was destroyed in June of 1941 during the Nazi Blitz of the city of Manchester. A new facility was built in 1953, with extensions and renovations in 1956 and 1969. The Menorah congregation, also reformed, is also a breakaway minyan from this congregation. And this is the Menorah Synagogue, the Cheshire Reformed Congregation. It has both Friday evening and Saturday morning services for Shabbat. It was founded in 1963. We believe the building shown here was erected in 2008 and is located in the South Manchester area. Its spiritual leader is Rabbi Fabian Spirovsky, who was born in Paraguay. Our final stop takes us to a congregation that has a few names. It's known as the North Salford Synagogue because of its location. Also the Romanische Shul because it was started by a bunch of Romanian Jews. And also the Vine Street Shul because it's located on Vine Street. The spiritual leader of this Orthodox synagogue is Rabbi Elazar Stefanski. He has been there since 2008. Here's a bit of trivia. The name was changed to the North Salford Synagogue in 1941 after the country of Romania joined the evil Axis powers of Japan, Germany, and Italy. Stay tuned for the next episode about Manchester. So, bye for now and see you soon.